man. Turkey Talk, 12 o'clock. Hey, how y'all doing, man? Hey, what's going on, everybody? 12 o'clock show. So what's good, man? Hope everybody's good. So last night, I did an episode on my Torture Talk After Hours where I did it one about Jess Hilarious and her Instagram post that she did. Well, today, this morning, it was crazy. So she was I ain't gonna say confronted, but let's just say things happen on the Breakfast Club. So before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spiel. This is Torch Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscriptions today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, the final ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me a hidden gem. I went from 13 subscribers to 13, 14, 15, 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. Also, too, there will be a battle rap on this page, March 23rd. That is this Sunday, live. So all you have to do is click the link, share the link all over the place on Facebook, wherever. I want y'all to share this, John, till we get 1 million people watching. You know what I'm saying? So me versus J Def. All right, so let's get it, man. Let's do it. All right, this comes courtesy of Chink Smooth. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him. Also, too, I had a lot to say about Jess on my other episode on After Hours. Make sure y'all check that out. But yeah, man, if this correlates to what I said last night, yeah, this is crazy. So let's go.
Your shit too, bro. Talk about tricking somebody out their spot. God damn, Jess. I just don't get it, you guys. You're a comedian, you joke for a living, you make fun of other people for a living, but when people come at you, when people start criticizing you, all of a sudden you can't take the jokes anymore? This gotta be one of the top 5 crash outs so far this year. Now, if you guys missed it, last night, Jess Hilarious went on IG Live and did what you're not supposed to do. She went on to expose the behind-the-scenes beef between her, Charlemagne, Lauren LaRosa, DJ Envy, and Corey Holcomb. Now we actually
I listen, I said this on my live, or not live, I didn't go live. I said this on my other podcast, my other show, Torture Talk After Hours. I said this. This is something you do not do. You do not do this because you're trying to say that they're doing stuff behind your back, but then you're telling the public this, where we don't know what's going on behind your back. So you should have never, ever, ever did this. That's one thing you don't do, is you do not go on, let's say, television or a public space and basically demonize your crew or whoever it is. You definitely don't do that. That was the worst thing she could have did. 100% wrong for that. 100%.
After finding out that Jess never liked Lauren. When Lauren first started working there, Jess was not a fan of her. Obviously, there's been a lot of speculation that there's tension between Jess and Lauren, but Jess, you'd never go on the internet to confront the speculations. At least not while you're still working there. Now, this morning on The Breakfast Club, Charlemagne and DJ Envy actually confronted Jess about the rant. And I promise you guys, I can't believe what I heard Jess say. She called out Charlemagne and DJ Envy for not defending her from all the criticisms she's been getting online. Now, I'm not sure if Jess Hilarious.
If you never brought it to online, you would never get no criticism. And some of the things you were saying were crazy. You said that thing about that young boy, about the young boy saying he ain't black. You should have been like, well, he black. Yeah, he black. Like, I'm like this. Why would somebody defend you over something you said about a cancer survivor, which is crazy? You made it about race when we're talking about a young man who was a cancer survivor, and you made it about race. Oh, he ain't black. He ain't look black to me. Like, what? What? What does that have to do with anything? He's still a cancer survivor. You look just as stupid as the Democrats who was sitting down and not applauding the young man who stood up to be a survivor. You look just as stupid as them. Like, oh my God, bro. Why would somebody come to your defense for that? Like, that's crazy.
took any media training classes when she first started, but one of the first things they would tell you is to never take online criticism to the heart. There's no way you're actually internalizing advice from Johnson1234, who for all you know is not even a real person. And also,
that's a fact. That's 100% facts. Why would I take advice from a person I don't even know? That person could be a stone cold manipulator. Like, yeah, man, you should do this like this because of this and because of that. Like, why? I don't know you. Like, no. Like, no.
the criticisms are never going to stop, no matter what you do. You can be the best at your job. The criticism is still not going to stop. So why would you come up there and expect Charlemagne and DJ Envy to go at some random person online for you? Now, if you're speaking to more specific people, maybe somebody like DJ Academics that's been going at you since you got the job, or somebody like Corey Holcomb who's also been going at you, then sure, that's a different story. Now, during the conversation, you can tell DJ Envy was very pissed off at Jess because now you're just out there making the Breakfast Club look stupid, messy, unorganized, all for pretty much nothing. Here's a confrontation between DJ Envy.
Now, before you even get into that, this is what happens, right? When you hire certain people, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, it doesn't matter what color they are, black, white, it don't matter. That don't have no type of chill, you know what I'm saying? No type of home training or no type of way, a way to actually have a conversation with somebody. And sometimes when you give somebody a little bit of power, they think they have more power than you. Let's be clear here. This Breakfast Club is DJ Envy and Charlemagne show. That's it. They the ones with the power. 100% is their show. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that you have to be a robot or you have to follow behind a lead or whatever, but you kind of got to follow their lead. You know what I'm saying? They are the show. They could get rid of both of y'all and they will be fine, bro. Like, for real. They was doing it before y'all and they could do it after y'all. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing this for a long time. They already got stake in the game. They're one of the top, probably the Breakfast Club is probably one of the top 5 black culture shows of all time. I would say they probably in top 3, to be honest with you. And you come on a show, and I never seen the Breakfast Club in this much turmoil with the hosts. Maybe they're guests, but with the hosts, I'd never seen this. Never. When Angela was on there, I never seen this. Maybe she was who she was, but I never seen this. You know what I'm saying?
The Charlemagne and Jess hilarious.
What part? What you mean we don't have your back?
I have more.
Break that down. Explain how we don't have your back.
Okay, all right. So the narrative, like I said, with the online ish, that's what I said. Y'all ain't nobody trying to clear up no narrative about nothing. Ever since I came back, it was weird. Yes, it was weird. Yeah, I at first, no, I did not. I wasn't too fond of Lauren. Nah, I wasn't too fond of her.
You made it weird. When you come back and you see somebody, you made it weird. You should have introduced yourself, been pleasant about it, and been open to new ideas. You made it weird. But again, you think you come back and because you the only female on the show at the time, you think that you just have just as much power as these two dudes in the stake of the show. You don't. You made it weird.
Came back because we had a whole plan. Even how when I came back, how I pick her to fill in for me, right? I come back, she ain't never leave. Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why is she?
But wait a minute, hold up, Jess. Let me call you out on some bullshit, right? Look, check this out. If she has a segment, right? That means she has a segment. That means that you're closer to Charlemagne and Envy because she has her own segment, which means they don't. I think Charlemagne has the donkey today. That's about it. But outside of that, all 3 of y'all the top, and she has the segment. You have to look at it from that point of view, not look at it as if she took your spot. You have your set. Okay, cool. Maybe they wanted to see where that goes, but you are still a part of the team, and you probably more essential than you think you are because you saying that you brought the girl to her and had to fill it out. How you gonna bring somebody to them that you don't even like? Like, I don't understand that. Maybe you gave them an idea and said, oh, check her out. I don't know. But still, and no, that's weird for you to say that you didn't like the girl, but you suggested that they would put her on. That's just crazy to me.
Then, all right, cool that she don't leave, but she's on only during my segment. If she was meant to be a fourth host, move her in another way. Why she got to be moved in on? Because nobody had a problem with Jess with the mess until she started reading right. You know what I mean? Till she started reporting. I wasn't hired as a reporter. I was hired as Jess with the mess. So she started reading and delivering details and all that stuff.
Yes.
Then that's when Jess with the mess wasn't good enough no more. That's how it was presented. So I'm like, all right, cool.
I like her realism. That's the only thing I would say that she has over a lot of people, is she wears her heart on her sleeve and she basically tells you how it is. So this ain't a lie. She ain't lying about none of this. She ain't out here pretending. She just a little erratic and a little emotional about things, but she's not a liar. You know what I'm saying? And she's not out here actually, I would say you can still make a fool of yourself by telling the truth. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. You can, but I would rather, and I'll be honest with you, I would rather make a fool of myself by telling the truth than actually lying and not making a fool of myself. So I get what she's saying here, but I also I can't really give her all the grace like that, because number one, you should articulate yourself a little better than what you did. What you did online was something that you should have never did. Now, two things could be right at the same time. You could be putting your business out there and making a fool of yourself. But honestly, I think that you should have never, ever, ever did that. I think you should have kept that to yourself. I think you should have said, let's talk offline. Like, to me, if y'all had talked offline, then y'all came online and said, yeah, we had a conversation offline and this is how it went. You know what I'm saying? I think people would respect it. And now most people want the drama and the bullshit. They like that. So this right here is going to get clipped and everybody's going to share. And you're going to look like a fool. But in the end, I believe that you probably will prevail because you told the truth. So people are going to be like, okay, I get it. Now, I'm telling you, people are not going to let that go about that little boy. They're not going to let that go. But let's see what happens.
But who said that? Because the internet said
what
that?
are we talking about? No. This is our listeners. This is yeah. Why can't we worry about the comments? And these are people that enjoy the show and watch the show. It's not all about Instagram. It's YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's like we have people that have been watching the show. Yeah, she's great at what she do. That's why I picked her to fill in for me. But when I came back, it's like, what's going on? If she's going to be a fourth voice, why she only got to be a fourth voice on my segment?
She wasn't a fourth voice. She was a producer. She was hired as a news producer to help with getting all news and doing interviews.
She was going to be the senior news producer.
She wasn't on there. When you came back, Lauren was not on there. She was in the back doing questions, sending interview questions, reporting the news. Am I lying?
I thought you was...
She was on air.
They told her don't step in this room.
Yes, but I thought you was using her on purpose.
What? You thought I was you?
Bro, that is crazy. Yo, she ain't gonna like that. I'm telling you right now. That right there, if somebody say something like that, see, that's the one thing about Charlemagne that he does, is Charlemagne has no filter, and he literally pushes buttons during a actual real live argument conversation. And it's not that he does this on purpose. I think that's just how he talks. And since he's out here saying to her, I thought you was using her. Like, what? Yo, because he's going to spin that. I'm telling you, I ain't hear this thing yet, but I'm telling you, somehow he's going to spin that. Be like, well, you did say this. He's going to spin it, but he's very good at doing that. He's very good at throwing a monkey wrench in the middle of the argument. You right in the head. Oh, what you say? Like, for real.
Using Lauren on purpose?
Yes.
No. What are we talking about? No. She didn't leave when I came back. The first day we had a whole situation. Like, all right, look, this was going to happen. And when it's time for us to roll, it changed. No, the first question was about, the only person who asked me about my baby maternity leave was Envy. All right, I walked in. she addressed the hate in the comments. That was the first thing she addressed when I came back. I'm like, what the hell would make her?
But why do you care? You want, yo, what are you, 12? You want, I always say 12. What are you, 13? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want people to hug you and coddle you when you come back? Hey, how's the baby? Like, why do people do this? Like, why do you want people to be so concerned about you that you don't like anyway? You don't like her. That's like, I never understood why black people are like that. If you don't like white people, right? Certain white people you don't like. Why do you want to care about their opinion about you? You don't like them anyway. So why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the same thing with certain people. They do this all the time. Like, you literally admit that you didn't like the girl. So why do you care if she didn't ask about your, you didn't like her anyway? Like, you're playing both sides of the fence, and it's just crazy to me how you doing that. That's wild.
I want to talk about
y'all talk off air though, right?
So yeah. We started talking off air. We started to.
But I'm
talk
saying even
off
prior
air.
to you even coming back.
So then I felt uncomfortable that first day. So I'm like, all right, look. Thea was like, all right. Well, we'll just take her off air. She was back the next week. All right, cool. Because there was a voice. Y'all wanted her on air. There was a voice. They wanted her there. They wanted her here. There's a place for Lauren in the show. All right.
If that's the case, then you shouldn't have been mad about it. How you mad about it when you're saying that this is what they wanted? So if you came back and she is in the spot that they wanted, you should have basically said, let's have a meeting. Is my just with the mess is that still going on? Because if not, then what's my role now? But you went on air and you went online and you aired it out. You didn't have to do that. You made this into a subject. Now people looking at you crazy. That's all I'm saying. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Cool.
But
if
you,
there's a
but
place
you, but
for
you,
her
but
on
you
the
wanted
show,
her. You wanted her
let's
here
do
too,
it
though.
another way. Yeah.
Because you said you wanted to change the segment from Jess with the Mess to the Lauren.
That was eventually, okay. even when it came down to it still being called Jess with the Mess, and then I'm introducing her to introduce.
Yo, she's so ghetto, bro. I love her, and I love that she wears her heart on her sleeve. But all of this is not how would I say this? This is not professional at all. This is not professional. And this makes y'all all look bad. Even though I'm not blaming Envy and I'm not blaming Charlamagne, but this makes all of y'all look bad. Like, this isn't professional work here. What you're doing, Jess, isn't professional. You're saying, well, eventually, like, what is this? You came on, you was hired as what? I don't know what your contract says. I don't know if they said that they give you creative ideas. I don't know. I have no clue what they do with you. No clue at all. But I'm just saying, like, what is all this gonna prove by you saying those? I wanted her to be in her spot eventually, because it looks like you're jealous. It looks like you're mad. And that's how people are gonna take this. Even if you don't mean it that way. I told you, you could be giving your true feelings about something and still look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? And I respect you for giving your true feelings, but you'll still look like a fool. Now, everybody's going to look at you a certain way now. Everybody. Doesn't matter. They're going to look at you like, oh, this girl is messy as hell. That's what they're going to look at it. Even if you're right, they're still going to look at you as messy because you presented all of this in front of the world, which was crazy.
Stories. That was pointless and it was stupid. It's no Just with the Mess. Just make it Brown Girl Grinding or Lauren with the latest or Lauren's Legal Corner. I'm giving ideas. I'm like, yo, I even with the Taylor, yo, change that. Take that Just with the Mess off of there. I feel like I'm getting credit for something I'm not doing, and it's stupid because this is not what she does. Is not Just with the Mess. I read hit.
Is she from Baltimore? Is Jess Hilarious from Baltimore or from the DMV? Stupid. She has that accent like she's from the DMV.
Lines and I give commentary. I say what people thinking.
I agree. Could I ask
you know
a question?
What I'm saying? Yes, she's more of a reporter. She's journalism.
Can I ask a question?
What?
Why didn't you wear the do-rag this morning?
Because.
Why you joke so much?
Yo, this dude is hilarious, man. Oh my God, bro. You gotta have a guy like him around, man. I'm telling you. You be thinking, Because it's funny because she be taking stuff so serious. He just answered her questions. Yo, that was funny. Y'all gotta admit that was kind of funny. Why you didn't wear the do-rag this morning? But the thing is, like this is what I'm saying, right? So she's saying that why they couldn't do all this, why they couldn't do all that. It's like they did do all that. You just wasn't a part of it because you was gone. They made a decision when you was gone. Now when you come back, you want things to go back, but it just makes you look jealous. It makes you look bad. Like it really does. It makes you look bad. Maybe you don't care about looking like a fool. I mean, maybe you care about the truth and you don't care about looking like a fool. But it makes you look bad in front of the world. It does.
Man.
What you mean?
It's not a do-rag, it's a silk scarf, nigga. But it's not. It's not a joke. I'm serious.
If you gonna bring it to the radio, I want to laugh.
It's not a joke,
okay?
but it's not a joke.
It's a serious issue about it.
It is a serious issue.
Okay, let me just sit back and watch it because I'm not Joe Clark.
Because it's not.
I am actually. You're my.
Listen, I get Charlamagne. This is not something for the radio. It's not this issue should not be talked about in front of everybody. This should be something that y'all talk about behind closed doors. It should never, you and your team should never show no chinks in your armor. I don't care. I get it that we live in real time now. That's what the time space is, real time now. We live in real time. So we don't live in this, people's talk behind closed doors. We live in real time. I get it. But it never pans out. It never pans out. Look at, let's just take Joe Buttons in them, for example. Look at Rory and Mal and Joe Buttons. Look what happened with them. Now, I understand that Joe is one of those people that he likes to, talk in public, but Rory's threatening Joe, I'll punch you, I'm close enough to tap your chin and all this stuff, like talking crazy. And that was in real time. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is in real time. This might be a little bit different because she's a female, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you got to think about it, like, why air out your grievances online? That's not what the audience, y'all show isn't based around that. Y'all show is not a drama. It's not Days of Our Lives. This is not y'all show. Y'all show is not All My Children. I know y'all, if y'all don't know what that is, y'all need to look it up. Daytime soap operas. I used to love daytime soap operas when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up out of that.
No, it's now, Envy, that's what I'm saying. No, nobody has even tried to clean up the narrative that I'm a villain. Man,
you're not a villain. Who said you a villain?
Yo, stop acting like you don't live in them comments too, Charlotte. Stop acting like you don't understand.
What do I always tell you? I say stop listening to the internet. Stop listening to the comments. Stop listening to the folks on YouTube. Don't let them trick you out your position. What you did last night is what they want you to do, and you can't let the internet win.
No, but look, it's not even about what they want me to do. I did last night what I wanted to do, what I felt.
You are part of the society that likes drama. That's why I believe that you shouldn't be on this show no more. All because what you just said right there. You live in that world. He's telling you you can't live in that world because you are a leader outside of that world. Most people that live in that world, they don't do YouTube. They don't do TikTok and all these different things. They don't. Maybe TikTok, but they're not host of shows. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. So you can't be outside of the world of the social media world and then trying to live in there too. If that's the case, then you have to learn how to take criticism. Okay, people talking about you for good reason. Nobody's just talking about you for no reason. That's the problem that I have with her. Is you're always saying everybody's talking about you. What are they saying? Oh, they paint me out to be the villain. What did you say for people to paint you out to be the villain? Take accountability for your actions. What did you say for people to paint you out to be the villain? What did you say? Why did you say it? Maybe if you apologize about that, or you say, look, I didn't really mean it like that. What did you say? Hopefully they get to that. But still, no, what did you say for people to call you the villain?
Like I should have been dead. I've been asking questions.
The internet loves mess. And one of the easiest ways to create mess is to pit people against each other, especially two women. And I don't dwell in that. And y'all know that.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. You let the internet dictate what's going on. We've had conversations, and this is the thing. This is why I thought it was corny, and it's just me personally. I thought it was corny because we have conversations up here. We just have a meeting. If you had an issue, a problem, a situation, or something that you felt, Why you ain't bring it to the team? When you came,
Because the reason why she didn't bring it to the team, because this is a deeper rooted issue than y'all. She has a problem probably working with a setting of people. And maybe she became attached to just y'all two or whoever the team was. And then when this girl came in, she felt some type of way because she was getting more attention than she was. So she's dictating what y'all should do. Maybe take that out, take this out. That's not the take that out, take this out. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you have to understand her mentality is probably not the same. She probably has a hoarder mentality. She has, well, not even say hoarder, but she probably has a mentality of a person who wants their team to be secluded. You know what I'm saying? Versus open. And maybe when that girl came in, maybe she felt some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I'm just giving my opinion of what I believe. But at the same time, I'm looking at it from the point of view of, I think that Jess Hilarious, I think she's not ready to do shows like this. I think maybe in the beginning it was cool, but I think as time goes on, you could see that she's so bothered by the internet and how people perceive or think of her that I don't think that she's ready to be a part with it. Because no matter what you do, I don't care what side you stand on. I don't care if you are 100% right about everything. I don't care if you are Jesus Christ himself came down with the wooden slippers, the wooden sandals, right? I don't care if you are anybody. Everybody and their mother is going to have something to say about you. Anybody, it doesn't matter. You could be the greatest guy ever. You could cure all the diseases in the world. And someone's going to have a way or reason, well, you didn't cure it fast enough. Or you didn't do that fast enough. Or, oh, you didn't do this. Or you didn't do that. Well, I did this. Well, you didn't do it the way you should have. I think you should have did it. It's always going to be somebody who criticizes you, no matter what you do. You could try to cater and please everybody, and they're going to say, you're not pleasing me enough, because that's just what it is. So when her getting up here saying all this, I'm like, no, get up out of here with that.
Jess, I pulled you to the side. I said, Jess, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't want Lauren in the room, this is your show. We can make that change whenever you want. Did I not say that to you?
Yeah, you did. It's not about wanting her in the room, yo. It's about the segment. Like, she was...
Bro, this can't be real. This can't be real. So you went online and said that nobody has your back, right? And he literally told you, he literally said to you, yo, listen, this is what I mean. She is the definition of what she hates. She is exactly what she hates. She's the total definition of what she hates. Everything that they offered or try to give to you or do for you, you're not satisfied with it. The same way you say everybody online, no matter if you do everything right, they're just criticizing you. They're not satisfied with it. You are the literal definition of what you hate. It's crazy. This is what I'm saying. Like, this man said he pulled you to the side. You never mentioned that in your life. Not one time. You never said. You made it look like nobody had your back. But they offering you other things. They don't have to do that. They don't. They offering you all these different perks and how they can make it better for you. Oh, if you don't, they literally saying if you don't want this girl in the room, it's the same girl you said, I didn't like her. And you complained about her not asking about your child. So they telling you we could remove her from the room. And maybe she could do it in another part. Maybe she could do it on whatever. And now you're trying to backpedal and say, well, it's not that I don't want her in the room. What do you mean? What side are you standing on? This is crazy.
It was like, y'all
have that conversation off air. If you had a problem, say it to us. We had a meeting yesterday.
Off air. What
not
is we
like
talking
that.
about?
Not like nobody having my back, because we have your back. As far as the Corey Holcomb thing, y'all been beefing for 11 years.
I'm not worried about, it's not even about you.
You worried about comments. And you worried about what people say after.
I'm worried about the perception
man.
and my reputation that be on the show.
They've been itching on me
Your perception is because of what you perceive, what you put out there. They can't change the narrative about you if you do something wrong. If you did something, it's like if I get on here and I say something crazy, right? And then I get mad at everybody that watch me and say, y'all should defend me. Y'all should get online and defend me. I can't believe this. I'm quitting YouTube because y'all don't defend me enough. It's like, what are we talking about? I was the one that said it. Take accountability. You can't keep dancing around it. You got to take accountability for what you did. This is what you brought on yourself. This has been in the making. And then you and the other dude, Corey Holcomb or whatever, y'all have an issue. Y'all been beefing. You can't drag that into this. That's like bringing your baggage into this. Nah, you said that about that little boy and people felt some type of way about that. And it's probably a bunch of other things that I don't know about. I'm just speaking on the little boy. But yeah, like you can't get out here and say, like he literally said what I said earlier. You should be saying this off air. I came to y'all, yeah. And what did I tell you? I said, what do you want to do? We don't have your back? I would feel disrespected if I was him. I would.
15 years. They've been issuing Charlamagne for 15
But
years.
that's on you.
People,
And the things that people issue me for is on me.
I don't let it affect me because I know who I am as a person. I don't give a F what them people say in the comments.
Oh, come on.
I know who I am.
Come on.
I know what I do.
Absolutely.
You let them people get in the comments and
Yo, he's absolutely right. I don't usually agree with him, but he's right. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because remember he was going through that scandal about the housing thing and all this stuff. And maybe he made it through. He ain't get in trouble for it, but he ain't let it bother him. He came to work every day and did what he's supposed to do. Now he might have let some things bother him. I don't know. I don't watch the Breakfast Club religiously, so I don't know. But I'm just saying he seems like he's fine to me. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he's trying to, I guess maybe he'll say it. I don't know.
with you. You're great at what you do.
Everybody simmer down.
Like you are dope.
She's very
and you
dope.
let them people piss you off. No, F them niggas. You nice. Like what you do is funny.
I tell her that all the time, on air,
You
off
brought
air.
that energy that we needed to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And you let a bitch ass person in the comments say something to steer you up. I tell you, F them niggas.
We don't even know. We don't even know who these people are.
They could be bots.
Yo, it's crazy how he said F them niggas. As if niggas ain't some type of curse that you can't be saying online. That's crazy.
All that.
But-
and we doing it on air when we could have did it behind the scenes. Like I F with you the long way, not on some internet ish. And to hear that through there, that's whack,
It
man.
sounds very light skinned. Well, let's go to the phones.
I just don't get why you would want to take a job with the Breakfast Club and not expect to get any hate. You're obviously a new person trying to fit into the shoes of somebody like Angela Yee. It's not going to be easy. Angela Yee should have told you that. I don't know if you guys spoke before you got the...
But the thing about Angela Yee is she was a docile person. Now, I don't know exactly how she is, but from what I've seen in interviews, she was very docile. She wasn't combative. You know what I'm saying? She said some things, but she was not combative at all. And I think this one here, she brought a different type of energy to them, to this show. But I'll be honest with y'all, some of us, we pick people because we feel like we want people to be in a certain position. Like, for example, we pick her because she's a woman and we want her to be in that position. Now, ain't nothing wrong with women being in a position, but I think that it's always going to be a fail when you pick somebody like her who basically is very emotional about everything. You know what I'm saying? I think that you need to vet people a certain way. Now, if the type of energy that she brings to the table and they want that, then I can't complain about that. But then they can't complain about it if they know that she's a very emotional person and they hire her and she goes off on this crazy rant. You can't complain about it. I mean, it is what it is.
Job, but that's not an easy job to hold down. People are always going to criticize you. And let me say this again, Jess hilarious. You're a comedian. You're supposed to have tough skin. If you ever feel like crashing out like that next time, call Charlamagne or call DJ Envy and ask them how to handle criticisms. And if you felt like Lauren was going to steal your job, then you know what to do. Step up. Find ways to make yourself better. Find ways to help the show get better. Don't just sit there watching Lauren getting jealous of her getting all the praises from the fans, because that's going to translate into what we see on camera. And you also just put a target on yourself. Every single day you come to work now, people are going to be watching you under a microscope. The way you talk, the way you smile, the way you breathe will be analyzed by everybody, even more so now. I know sometimes DJ Envy and Charlemagne do not act like it, but that Breakfast Club job is one of the most professional and corporate jobs you can ever have in your life. You can't just crash out on the internet when you feel the heat. You gotta act accordingly. You guys get in the comments below. What do you?
That's 100% facts. That's 100% facts. Yeah, that's 100% facts. He was right about that. I'm just saying, like, you can't do all that, like, and then expect, like, you should have talked about this off air. And now the thing is, people are not watching the Breakfast Club to see who's the best out of the four of y'all. Like, I don't think people are doing that. Nobody's doing that. Nobody's like, oh, damn, Lauren is actually better than Jess. Let's watch for Lauren and then turn it off. No, they're watching the whole thing. Y'all have a great conversation. It's two black women and two black men. What's better than that? So it's like, okay, let's talk. Y'all have a very unique show because you have two black women and two black men, and y'all give different perspectives. But sometimes when you say certain things, you might say something that's crazy. You might disagree, but you can't double down on it online. I mean, you can if you want, but you got to accept the backlash that come with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of episodes that I have done, right? And I want to release, but I want to release it at the right time. You know what I'm saying? Because I know once I release it, you can't take it back. And I'm not going to be arguing with people in the comments. But still in all, you have to understand, once you put something in the air like that, you got to understand that that's what comes. It's your opinion. Your opinions could be wrong. And that's what comes with it. You have to understand. You have to understand that things do happen that way. And I'm just saying, but it is what it is. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll see y'all, man. Peace. Bye.